Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the everlasting. Psalms 139, 23 through 24.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Do you need something? I have a little bit of food, but I don't have much else. I literally just logged in.
No, I don't need anything from you. All I need from you is I'm just trying to listen to what you have to say.
We're running this on Twitch, and we're family friendly. So if you could help me out with that,
okay.
I would be very appreciative. So thank you very much.
Okay.
I appreciate that. So hey, I am curious though. I do ask people in game a question, and I'm curious your thoughts on it. What do you think happens when we die?
Well, I guess it depends on how you've lived your life.
Okay. Well, what do you mean by that? Like, if you've been a good person or a bad person, something different happens?
I think whether you consider yourself a good or bad person, those are two completely, they're all subjective. I would like to think that if you have followed, like, a good moral compass, if you've been a good person, if you've helped people in need when you can, then you'll end up in heaven.
Okay.
But
all right. So let me ask you a different question. Would you consider yourself to be a good person?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, wow. Right off the bat, huh? Absolutely not. Good night. All right. Well, I appreciate your honesty about that. Would it be okay if I asked you some questions about that?
I would love if you asked some questions about that.
All right. So in your lifetime, how many lies do you think you've told?
How many lies do you think I've told?
Lies. Lies. How many lies have you told? He is my king. Yep.
Like serious ones or just overall?
Just give me a ballpark.
So this is one instance where I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna take you at your word.
I would put the number of lies that I've told in my lifetime at least in the high hundreds, maybe the low thousands.
Low thousands, okay. So what do you call somebody who's told that many lies?
A liar.
Exactly. So what would that make you then?
Oh, I'm a liar.
All right. I appreciate you being honest about that. Have you ever stolen anything?
Yes, I have stolen things.
Okay. And then what would that make you then?
Oh, I'm a thief.
No, it wouldn't. It would make you a lying thief. Do you see how these things start adding up?
Oh, that would make me a lying thief.
Have you ever, well, you kind of did earlier. We don't need any examples of it. But have you ever used God's name in vain? Ever used his name as a cuss word? Kind of did a few minutes ago.
Yes,
but.
yes, I have, and you're
Okay.
right. I did it a couple of minutes ago.
Yep, that's called blasphemy. Last question, and I really do appreciate your honesty. Is it okay if I asked your first name, just your first name? Would that be all right?
Yes, my name is Cameron.
Cameron. Okay, Cameron. So Jesus said, you know it's said of old that you shouldn't commit adultery. But I tell you, if you've looked at a woman with lust, you've committed adultery with her in your heart. Have you ever looked at another person with lust?
Yeah, I've looked at a person with lust.
Okay. So
I've had sexual intercourse with a handful of women.
Okay, well, we don't need any details. We're good. So that's called fornication, and it's very serious. And I want to summarize right now. This is not me judging you, Cameron, but you've admitted that you were right in your original premise. You're actually not a good person. You're just like the rest of us. You're a lying, thieving, blasphemous, adulterer, and fornicator. So let's say today was the day that you died, and you stand before God, and he opens up the books on your whole life, everything you've ever said, everything you've ever done, everything you've ever thought. Is he going to find you innocent or guilty of breaking his laws?
See, I actually...
Sounds like Updog in here.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Peter. I'm the Missionary Gamer. It's nice to meet you, sir. We're just talking right now to Cameron. So,
sound very nice.
well, I'm That guy's
I
Cameron.
would like to
Alright.
answer, I would like to answer the question.
My name's Peter. So go ahead, Cameron.
I don't care.
Peter, I appreciate everything that you're doing and what you stand for, but I will say I have lied, I have committed adultery,
Okay.
I have stolen, but at the end of the day, I have requested God's forgiveness for everything that I've done, and I am not a perfect person, and nor is anybody else. And anybody that pretends to be, you are lying to yourself.
I completely agree
At
with
the
you.
end of the day,
Completely
I
agree.
am a good person. I help those in need. I do what I need to do for those that maybe I have to go out of my way to help somebody. But you're joining this game and attacking people for being liars. Every single person in their life.
Hold on, Cameron. I didn't attack you. I'm asking questions.
You're attacking me.
No, you're incorrect. There's no attacking here at all. I'm asking you questions. I'm having an honest conversation with you. And I asked you if I
At the end of the
could.
day, yes, I will go to heaven. I will talk to God, and I will be accepted into heaven because my goods have outdone my wrongs.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to feel at all that I'm attacking you. That was not my intent. I was simply asking questions. I appreciate you being willing to talk to me, Cameron.
If you don't
Nope.
want me to feel like you're attacking me, then you should probably have hair next time, because the whole bald thing, that kind of throws people off.
Well, I'm literally bald in real life, so that's me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. 50-year-old guy, you know, it kind of happens. But we'll hopefully I'll be able to find a hat.
Fallout 76.
Because I'm here to share something called the gospel with people. But I don't want to have you feel like I'm inadvertently or inappropriately speaking with you. So I do appreciate your time. Thank you, Cameron. If you ever want to talk and hear more about something called the gospel, I'm happy to talk with you about it. But I certainly don't want you to think that I'm in any way, shape, or form attacking you. That's certainly not the case. But thanks for being honest with me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate your time.
Isn't it interesting? And first of all, praise God, this does work, just like I remember it. Great place to meet people and talk with them. But isn't it interesting? You're talking to somebody, you're asking questions, and they take offense, as if you had. How do you say I was attacking? Not any way, shape, or form. There's only two types of people who are going to be in heaven: perfect people and forgiven people. And here's the problem: there are no perfect people. There's just one perfect person, and his name is Jesus Christ. And understanding that everybody else is to be forgiven, well, then the question is, how can we be forgiven? And it's not by good works. And that's what Cameron was very focused on, was his good works. But here's the important part. The gospel is what's offensive. We are not to be offensive. The gospel is offensive. And you heard him. He was offended by the fact that I was asking him about how he has broken God's law. And he was offended by it. Not by me, but the questions that I was asking him. And the questions fundamentally go back to God's law. And so when you look at conversations with people where you're talking to them about the things that have consequence, don't be surprised if they react in such a way that they take offense.